Hello students, I hope you are doing fine. This is Teacher Tin again and I will be discussing to you a new topic. But before that, let's review some important points first. Last week, I discussed to you the different budget components and how you can efficiently manage your family resources. So our topic for this week is all about budget preparation and prioritization of needs over wants. So here are our objectives for this week. At the end of the discussion, the students must be able to identify the difference between needs and wants, determine how to prepare a budget plan, understand the importance of prioritizing needs over wants. In economics, needs are defined as the things that helps us to survive. Examples of this are food, clothing, and shelter. While on the other hand, wants are the things that make our life comfortable and enjoyable. Examples of this are television, computer, and cell phones. You should be extra careful when it comes to money matters. Limit your expenses within your budget, thus avoiding shortages or deficits. They are as follows. Number 1, never buy on credit. No matter how tempting the offer, do not grab it. Wait until you have the available cash to buy the item. Number 2, always buy the right size. It is a waste of time, money, and energy when you get the wrong size. Number 3, never buy items that are not on the shopping list. You might be enticed to buy items that are on promo. These seem very attractive at first, but only to find out that you do not need the items later on. Number 4, make sure you are full when you go out shopping. A hungry consumer is often tempted to eat on impulse, resulting in buying expensive food. Number 5, refrain from frequent shopping. While others make shopping a habit, it might be because they can afford it. But if you have limited source of income, it might just get you into financial trouble. Take note that it is important to know the needs and wants of the family because it helps in the apportioning of the income and expenses. Always have a clear picture of what your family goals are when determining your needs and wants. Needs should always be prioritized over wants. Let's move on now to the second part of our discussion, which is the preparation of family budget. Today, money is considered as the most important thing among the resources of the family. But sad to say, the purchasing power of the capacity of our money to buy as many goods and services is weak and is not enough for daily living. It is therefore important for family to learn how to budget to make both ends meet. And you also need to keep in mind that family's budget is different from another family. Determining the flexible and fixed expenses is really important in planning the family budget. When you say fixed expenses, these are expenses that are paid regularly. Examples of this are transportation, water and electricity bills, house rental, insurances, and loans. On the other hand, flexible expenses are expenses that come irregularly or are paid in varying amounts. Examples of this are food, medical and dental services, donations, entertainment, and social and moral obligations. So here's an example of a family budget. We have here the Reyes family. The father earns 45,000 monthly. The mother is a housewife. Their daughter is in third-year college, and the family is renting an apartment. And their total family income is 45,000 pesos. In planning the family budget, you have to consider the budget component. the percentage allocation for each component, and lastly, how much you are going to allot for each budget component. For the Reyes family, the first on their list is food, and they're going to allocate 35% for their food. So in computing, you have to multiply 45,000, which is the monthly income of the family, by the allocation in percentage, which is 0.35. And the answer would be 15,750. So the Reyes family needs to allot 15,750 for the food. Next is utilities. So the Reyes family needs to allocate 12% for the utilities. In computing, you have to multiply 45,000 by 0.12, and the answer would be 5,400. The Reyes family needs to allot 5,400 for their utilities. For the next one, we have shelter. Since they are just renting an apartment, the Reyes family needs to allocate 15% of their total monthly income for their shelter. In computing, again, you have to multiply 45,000, which is the monthly income of the family, by 0.50, and the answer would be 6,750. So the Reyes family will allot 6,750 for their rent. For the next one is education. Since their daughter is in third-year college, they need to allot 13% of their monthly income to the education. In computing, you have to multiply 45,000 by 0.13, and the answer would be 5,850. So the next component would be savings. So the Reyes family decided to allocate 10% of their monthly income to their savings. In computing, multiply 45,000 by 0.10, and the answer would be 4,500. 4,500 would be the savings of the family for the month. Next is we have household operations. For the household operations, they decided to allocate 4% of their monthly income. In computing, multiply 45,000 by 0.04, and the answer would be 1,800. Next is the medical and dental care. So they also allocated 4% of their monthly income. And if you're going to multiply it with the allocation in percentage, the answer would be 1,800. Next is clothing. Clothing is also important. So they decided to allocate 4% of their monthly income to it. And if you're going to compute, the answer would be 1,800 as well. And lastly, the rest and recreation. So for the rest and recreation, they allocated 3% of their monthly income. So if we're going to compute, the answer would be 1,350. So for the rest and recreation component, they will be allotting 1,350. The total of the percentage should be 100%, and the total for the money for each component should match your total monthly income, which is 45,000. You have to keep in mind that the family budget differs from one family to another depending upon the size of the family. It is important to know the needs of the family because it helps in the apportioning of the income and expenses. Alright, since we are done discussing about the difference of needs and wants and how to plan a family budget, it's now the time for our short activity. For our activity, you need to differentiate, or you have to identify the things that I will be presenting if it's a need or a want. For the instructions, students will be given 10 seconds to answer each question. All questions must be answered in their Hele notebook. Students are not allowed to look at the previous slides while answering, and everyone is encouraged to answer the questions honestly. For number 1, movie tickets. Is it a need or a want? Your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is, it is a want. Number 2, grocery items. Is it a need or a want? Your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is, it is definitely a need. For the third one, medical checkup. It is a need or a want. Your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is, it is a need. Number 4, a Ferrari car. It is a need or a want. Your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is, it is definitely a want. For the fifth one, an iPad or a tablet. Is it a need or a want? Your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is, it is definitely a want. And there you have it, students. I hope you learned a lot from this week's topic. Thank you very much for a good job.